Hello, welcome to another episode of Pint Time with Backpacker Mike, and I'm going to be trying another one of these Descending Tigers ales that we have. And this one is a green grape. I have never had a beer, I don't believe, with green grape in it. But I'm assuming the base for all of the beers that I'm going to try today, these South Korean beers that I got a hold of, is the same ale that I tried in the last TikTok, and they're just adding or brewing fruits with it. So I have a green grape one, I have a pear, and I have a peach. So anyway, I'm going to get into this, but let's get back into South Korea, which is why I'm trying South Korean beers. So South Korea. Now, I told you guys a little bit about South Korea and what a budget is there to travel there. So let's get into transportation, right? We get to South Korea. Now we got to figure out how to get around. So they actually have a very good public transit system in most of the major cities, even subway systems, with one-ways costing about 1,250 to 1,350 Korean won, which we get 1,380 won for $1 US. So you're looking at like $1 for one way on public transit, whether it be the subway or the bus, the city bus. A day pass you can get for 5,000 won, or about $2, or a little over $2 US for a whole day pass, hop on, hop off subway and bus. So pretty cool. Now, the long buses, take the long distance buses, is the cheapest and actually the most popular way to travel around South Korea, especially even for the locals. There are two types of long buses. One is an express, which you can imagine. That means it makes fewer stops than the other one. And the inner city that makes more stops between smaller destinations and not just the bigger destinations. So that also is very inexpensive. You can just go to the nearest bus terminal close to where you're staying at, where the hostel you're staying in, or the cheap hotel, or the Airbnb. And you can buy your tickets in advance. Now, pricing depends on which level of transportation you're looking for. Would you like the luxury or would you like the premium, right? So, for example, a bus ride from Seoul to Busan will cost you about 36,000 Korean won, or about $26 US, and that is just a standard ticket. That is a premium standard ticket. So not too bad to travel that far. I took buses and trains just about everywhere I went around the world for the most part. Every once in a while I hit up Uber, but most often than not, it was tubes, trains, and buses for sure. So the train also, they have a bullet train there, actually. And there's a great train system and network there in South Korea. The bullet train is called KTX, or Korean Train Express. And it's the country's bullet train, and it runs at speeds up to 305 kilometers, or about 190 miles per hour. So pretty fast. However, it only travels mostly between major cities. The schedules are a bit sketchy, and it's more expensive than traveling on, say, the regular train or the bus. So I would just recommend sticking with the regular train, and that train is called KoRail, or it's the National Rail System. And it travels at slower speeds, inner-city trains, and you can get unlimited KoRail pass, which is offered exclusively to international tourists that come in, and a 2-day pass is about 121,000 won, which is about $90 US, or you can get a 5-day pass, which is about 210,000 Korean won, and that'll cost you about $120 US. So if you get the $120 and, you know, for 5 days, it's continuous, hop on, hop off, wherever you want to go. So not a bad deal, really, in the grand scheme of things. It just depends on how much you are looking to travel around. So after that, we're going to get into things that we can do while we're in South Korea. But right now, I'm going to get into this beer, this South Korean beer. You see the cool writing on there, and it is green grape. Green grape. And it smells just like grape juice all day long. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Cheers, Prost, Slancha, and Skål for my Nordic friends. You know who you are. That tastes just like grape juice. I'm not a big grape juice person, or grape drink person, like grape Fanta, grape soda, whatever. But this is really good. This is really good. It has the same ale base as the ale I tried in the previous TikTok, and they just brewed it with grapes on this time. It is perfect because that ale already had a bit of sweetness with it, followed with that earthiness and a little bit of bitterness from the hops at the end. This one is perfect. The grape flavor just flows perfect with it. Amazing. Let me do a hard pour for you guys real quick. See if that changes the complexity. Look at that. Nice little golden ale there. Not so much grape on the nose on the hard pour. But let's see. Hands down. Hands down. It just kind of blends everything together. So instead of getting that sweetness from the grape and the ale up front and then the earthiness and then the bitterness, it just all kind of blends it all together, but it's still really good. Still really good. I highly recommend if you get your hands on this. Like I said, I found this at like a foreign market in Orlando. Descending Tiger. And yeah, it's called Bumpio Green Grape Ale. Craft beer. Pretty cool. Craft beer. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me on Pint Time. I truly appreciate it. And as always, peace, love, and let's continue to experience this beautiful world together. One country, one beer, whatever, at a time. Anyway, put South Korea on your bucket list. Peace.